everyone, welcome back to my channel and another cleaning video. This morning I am tackling my kitchen. This is one of those weekdays where I don't go to the gym, so I'm home with the kiddos and I've got Nora and Dane working on their schoolwork. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning and I needed to get going on my kitchen. It is part of my morning routine to come in and clean everything up after breakfast. But there's more of a mess than usual because last night I completely dropped the ball. I just did not have the motivation to clean up after dinner. So there are dinner dishes in the sink. I've talked about before, I like to try to get the dishes cleaned up at night and then run the dishwasher, and then in the morning I'll come in and unload it and it's ready for all of our breakfast dishes. But last night was just one of those nights. My husband went to the gym and my motivation completely died after dinner. So I got the kids to bed and that's as far as I got. If you are new to my channel and you enjoy cleaning videos, hit that subscribe button. I am a mom of 4 kiddos. We do homeschool, so things are pretty busy around here all the time. I am cleaning constantly and I do my best to try to keep things real life. It's pretty inevitable just given the fact that my kids are with me all the time, as you can see. They are 7, 5, 3, and the little one there is 10 months old. So they're always hopping around in the background. A lot of times they are helping me. They're pretty good about being right there and being little helpers. This right here, hashtag mom life. The boys were fighting over that little pillow. It belongs to my 5-year-old, but he was doing his schoolwork and his brother came in and grabbed it from him. But they just wouldn't resolve the issue, so I had to take it away from them. And honestly, even though I didn't get to cleaning up the kitchen last night like I usually do, no, it wasn't a huge, horrible mess, and that's mainly due to the fact that it's kind of a personality thing for me. I don't do well with a lot of clutter, so I'm constantly cleaning up. And now that the kiddos, especially my 2 oldest ones, are getting a little bit older, they're 7 and 5, they have been trained for a few years now to clean up after themselves. They still don't every single time, but they are getting better about it. So that's something that I do myself, and I am training my kids to do as they're making messes, to clean up after themselves and put their dishes away and all of that. And it definitely helps cut down on the amount of clutter that we have and the stuff that gets piled up all over the place. That is what stresses me out more than anything. So we're pretty good about keeping ahead of those kinds of things. My stuff is more getting the sink cleaned, wiping down the counters, and the floors are the absolute worst for me. I would say, as far as my least favorite chores, it's probably a tie between the laundry, which is just so hard to be motivated by because it never ends. You never get ahead of it, and the floors, because when you've got young kids, it's just constant. The amount of crumbs and the sticky stuff that gets spilled on the floor, or even water getting spilled on the floor when they're getting drinks and all of that. Oh my goodness, it just never ends. And I'm not entirely sure what this sink is. This is just a rental home, and I'm not sure what this material is, but it's pretty rough, and I love this Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day, the baking soda cream cleaner, just because it does have a little bit of grit to it, so it works really well with the type of sink that I have. It seems to pull off the grime and really get in all the little crevices and does a really great job cleaning. It also has a really fresh smell, which I love. Let me know, what are the chores that are the most satisfying for you guys? I would say that cleaning the sink is probably in my top 3. I feel so accomplished when my sink is freshly washed and all the soap is gone. Once I get everything all rinsed and wiped down, I love looking at a pristine, clean sink. So let me know in the comments, what are the chores that are your favorite to accomplish when you're cleaning? now that I have everything cleaned up, I'm gonna be starting the dishwasher. It's full to the brim, and it's gonna be washing for a little over an hour, and the rest of the cleanup that I do takes me right up until the dishwasher is done. So at this point, I'm just getting everything put away. We've got our water bottles out. There are a lot of sippy cups from Abby sitting around, so just trying to get that clutter cleaned up. And these are actually some keto-friendly desserts that I made the other day, and they've been out on the counter for a couple of days. My husband and I have been eating them, and he's been taking them to work, and I'm getting these packed away so that he can bring these ones to work. But they're keto-friendly brownies, so it's chocolate and stevia and some peanut butter on top, and then a couple of eggs and some walnuts, and they're really, really good. We'll definitely be making these more. However, I don't make keto desserts very often just because my husband doesn't have a huge sweet tooth, and I try to stay away from the alternative sweeteners as much as I can, and then obviously no sugar on keto, which I find I really like. That's one of the things that I love about keto is once you detox off of the sugar, your body just gets used to not having the sweet stuff, so the cravings definitely go down. But having the little sweet things here and there help a lot, or when you're kind of in the process of slowly weaning yourself off of things, they're great to have around. So as you can see, Abby's starting to get a little bit fussy and clingy. This is going up to her first morning nap time, so she's almost ready to go to bed here. After this, I'm gonna put her down. And the amount of times I get distracted when I'm wiping down the counters, man, I can't even keep track. But doing this where I'm wiping down the counters and then something catches my eye, so I turn and do that, and then I won't finish my task. I have that happen quite a bit throughout the day.
From the moment that I saw you, I knew that it was the bet that you felt the same. Standing here, I need to let you know. What if I had never let you go? Standing here, I need to let you know that.
So I just got back from putting Abby down for her nap, and for my stainless steel surfaces, I really enjoy using the Method Glass and Surface Cleaner in the mint scent. It's just really, really fresh and clean, and it works well on the stainless steel. As you can see, I'm working on, I think, dried on yogurt on the dishwasher, and given how dried on it was, it's probably been there for a couple of days. My kids love yogurt and granola in the mornings for breakfast, and because they're older and they can help themselves and get to things, I don't know how many smudges and smears of yogurt I find all over the handles of the dishwasher and the oven even, and the refrigerator, of course. It's just all over the place.
About the past for a moment, I forget why we never lasted. With your hand on my knee, every single feeling comes back to.
So I probably come in and wipe down the surfaces like this once a week, I would say, or maybe a little bit more than that, depending on how crazy and busy life has been. I don't have a set cleaning schedule necessarily. I have my daily routine ones, and then I have schedules that are kind of just loosely in my head. I try to do things, like I said, once a week or a little bit more, but this needed to be done. There were a lot of smudges all over the place. The cupboards being white, they've got a lot of fingerprints all over them, so I needed to come in and wipe those down. For the cupboards, I did switch to the Method multi-surface spray in the grapefruit scent. It's my go-to. So I had switched to a new washcloth. This one's a dry rag, and I just use the multi-surface spray and then wipe everything down with the rag, and it works really, really well for getting all the little fingerprints off and cleaning off any food splatters. once I was done with all of the surfaces in the kitchen, I came out to clean these bar stools. This is primarily where the kids eat their food, for sure their breakfast, lunch, and pretty much any snacks, and that's because I've got Nora over at the dining room table, and that's where she does her schoolwork. Dane is over in our little homeschool area at his table, but I want her at the dining room table so that she is still near enough that I can do these sorts of things and still hear her if she needs some help and make sure she's participating with her videos. So the kids eat with the bar stools, and that way it keeps the food messes away from her schoolwork. And I had noticed these little fingerprints as I was sweeping on the pantry doors, more little smudges all over the place, so I had to stop and clean those ones up as well. Having little Warren buzzing around like this is pretty usual. He does like to help, he loves to be included, and when they're doing their schoolwork, he's sort of at loose ends. He doesn't really know what to do. He will play with his Legos in the living room if Avalie is awake, which right now she wasn't. He's really great about playing with her, but now he really wanted to be involved, and he does this every now and then where he just wants to be with me and he wants to be talking to me and doing stuff with me. So I was trying to include him in everything that I could. This little area for our garbage can, it's really nice. However, it's an odd size. As you can see, this is a custom deal, this cabinetry system. Pretty much all the cabinetry system in this home is custom. So the measurements are not standard. And we have to have this little tiny garbage can in there, and clearly it doesn't fit properly, but also it's just so small. I take the garbage out probably at least 3 times a day. So at this point, the dishes are done and I'm unloading everything, and I'm pretty much done with the kitchen. I just wanted to come in and get ahead of all the dishes, clean everything up after breakfast that was needed, and then to come in and wipe down all of the surfaces and just get ahead of the grimy messes that tend to get out of hand if I overlook them for too long. I hope you guys found this motivating. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy these types of videos from me. And like I said, if you are new, please consider subscribing and introduce yourself in the comments to me. I'd love to get to know you guys more. It's so much fun being on here and meeting new people and creating more of a community and getting to know you guys. So at this point, I'm just pulling out the crock pot. I'm going to be getting some chicken ready for dinner tonight. And the kids and I are going to be out running some errands, so the crock pot is going to be getting me through the day. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you found this enjoyable and motivational, and I will see you with the next video.